Footy Scoops in the six.
Boom.
Let's go, man. Mahit, what's up, brother? First
finally
of all,
sitting down, man.
I'm finally having a little talk. You see me?
Yeah, man.
All right, man.
So yes, Najjah, Calibur, Mahit, Letang, Footy Scoops in the six.
And we're here to talk about all things footy, dealing with the MLS, EPL, you know what I'm saying, the Canadian national programs for the men and women. And of course, we're talking about the unbelievable. What else we talking about? Tell me.
So we're going to talk about the beautiful game.
Yeah, man, just period in the story, man. Let's just get it popping, man.
That's how it is, you know what I mean? So, for you a lot not familiar, Najjah has been touring the world. He's been seeing the world, he has. Where have you been?
I got my binoculars on. I've been seeing the world, but from up close, man.
Up close
and personal. Yeah, man. So, I mean, listen, for those who don't know, I mean, I've had an incredible opportunity. All praise to God, first and foremost. You've done it already. All right. That I've got a chance to work with FIFA in the capacity of hosting in-stadium for the Club World Cups, Men's World Cups, Women's World Cups, the Asian Cups, CONCACAF Gold Cups. You know, I mean, you name it. U.S. National Program, Grenada, will reach out to me. You know, for those who know, I'm from as a Spice Man originally.
This is it.
He got England blood right here. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. You already know about the accent.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's been amazing, man. Yes. It's straight goods, man. It's a dream come true. I mean, for everyone who knows me, I love football. You know, and I love to entertain. So, you know, it was a good look.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, it was a good look. It was a good look.
Tell us about the Asia Cup, man. How was that? How was that experience like? So where were you?
So I was in the Asian Cup. In Doha, Qatar. That was my third or fourth time there in Qatar.
Third or fourth time, you know.
Yeah, acting big boy.
You're in Qatar, regular thing.
You know what? I know you're like this. My very first time going to Qatar was actually to see these bloody Scousers. So let's just put some respect on it right now, okay? Yeah, this is my team, all right? I'm gonna talk my issue about my team. Whatever. We cellar dwellers. We this that, but you gotta stick your team. You know, bandwagon thing. And then he is, you can tell him.
Liverpool all day, man.
Liverpool all day. So the reason why I'm
dead.
All day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but the reason why I'm bringing it up right now is because the first time I went to Qatar was for the Club World Cup when he had Sadio Mane on the team and Firmino. All right, my first time in Qatar was the club.
That would have been right after this Champions League final right here.
Yo, throw the jab. Just saying. So yeah, no, it was brilliant because I got to see Liverpool play the Club World Cup, and win. Obviously, they were this close to winning the league that year.
Yes,
didn't win. And I got to see and one thing right off the bat I just have to say is Van Dijk is huge.
Yeah.
In real life, Van Dijk is huge. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm in Qatar now for the third or fourth time. And I'm doing the Asian Cup, and then coming from North America and from the West Indies background, you're not really familiar with the Asian Cup per se. You know what I'm saying? And it's amazing because it just speaks to the reach of this game. Because they say it's a global game and it's a popular sport, but I'm talking about like Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Bahrain, and the fans are going nuts, and so it was a beautiful experience to go there and do. And this was my second Asian Cup. So I done the first one in 2019 in Abu Dhabi in United Arab Emirates, and it was crazy. It was a crazy storyline because Jordan was a team that never been past the group stage. They made it to the finals. The fans were going nuts, and then we had Qatar, who'd won it in 2019, and no one has won it back to back. And it was the first time a home country won it on their soil since 2015.
Jordan-Qatar final?
It was Jordan-Qatar final.
Okay.
And, the big teams like Japan, you expect like Japan, what they did to Germany in the World Cup. Yeah. Korea, Heung-min Son, See,
now this is the thing, like when you're talking about something like that, as you said, you're not seeing like obviously these smaller nations, what you consider to be smaller nations, but then you're seeing like just the raw passion of it is. And that's what's beautiful about football. You have that unbridled passion. You have teams and countries, players that you've never seen or never heard of, sort of thing. But you have other fans now, kind of just having it's an emotional ride as a supporter. It's an emotional ride. It's an emotional ride, and that's what I love about the game. That's what I respect about the game. I've got a phone ringing in the background, but that's okay.
That's okay. We'll keep that going, man.
Keep it funny, man.
But yeah, no, absolutely. To your point, I mean, you come from England, right?
Yes, man.
You know, I mean, that's all I gotta say. But for me in Canada, you know, we go to the games here. It's, you know, it's okay. You know, we're working on it. So we're working on it. But to be fair, like around the world, I mean, what makes football the best game in the world is the fans, man.
So
it's incredible, man.
People have always asked me, especially being living up in Canada, is football as passionate as people are about hockey up here? And I said no. Like, I know hockey's Canada's sport, all the rest of it. If you want to compare the passions, of football in England and football or something in Canada, coffee. I'm dead serious.
Yeah. They're ride or die for the coffee.
Canadians cannot live without their coffee.
Right.
They will get the twitches if they don't have their Tims or their Starbies or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Coffee.
Yeah.
That's as close.
That's a parallel.
Yeah, that's a parallel you have. Now, on a sport level, the thing that you'll be closest on a sport level in North America is college American football.
Yeah.
College American football.
I was just about to say, you better be saying college American football.
Yeah, 100%. Because when you have like 100,000 seat stadiums,
80,000,
Michigan State, all these other places, you mean?
Miami, whatever.
And it's very tribal because obviously that's your school you've gone to. So you're in it, and then that's your school for life.
Right.
You know now, being a London lad, you're gonna have why am I a Liverpool supporter? For my London guy, a lot of lads my age, a lot of black lads my age, are Liverpool supporters because of John Barnes. Quite simply. If you're not familiar with John Barnes,
do your research.
All right. Google
legend.
him, YouTube him.
Yardman too, Jamaican. You know what I'm saying?
So 100%.
But yeah.
So you have John Barnes, who's like a very, very key influencer as far as when you have young black men who are Liverpool supporters who grew up in London, just because what he was doing at the time, he's flipping iconic.
And you know the racial space or tension that was already going on in the 80s and 90s and whatever the case may be. So
and shit's still prevalent now. Let's not.
I mean, of course. I mean, we see what's going on right now with Vinny and whatever.
Yeah, you mean like.
But I mean, to your point right there, because people always say, "Oh, Najj, okay, why Man United? Are you just a bandwagon guy?"
Yeah, you see a doctor about that.
And you know, it's one of them things that were for me. You know, as a small island boy, my family from Grenada, and growing up and watching Dwight York from TNT, it was magical, right? Yep. Not to mention they had two black men, and God bless everybody. But you know what I'm saying? We had Andy Cole and Dwight York.
No, but you want to see yourself on screen. You want to see yourself in there, like doing the thing, and that's what it is.
That's what it was, and it was just so relatable and so powerful that someone from a small island was on a big club, and not just on the bench, but was contributing. Yeah. I mean, of course, he was an Aston Villa, and, you know, Charlie, my boy Charlie, gonna make sure I shout out the Aston Villa because he came from Aston Villa and Charlie boy. But anyways. He came to Man United, and obviously we did the treble, and we had a bunch of incredible times. And then before that, I was in, you know, and another thing, being in Canada, to be fair, be truthful, is, I mean, back then we weren't getting a lot of coverage.
You guys were fed Manchester United, man.
So we were fed Man United, man.
I came to Canada in 93.
Right.
And to try and flip and watch football over here on the television was bloody.
Compared to now, right?
Yeah. It was mad. Yeah. It was mad, and you're just fed this fucking ugly badge.
But listen, put some respect on it, baby. Have some respect. Listen, he's still vexed because we number one, you know. He's still vexed. Because even after all these years, we rented out, we releasing out the penthouse because we had the most Premier League titles. So he's still upset about that. We have, Champions League, whatever the case. So he's still upset about it. But it's okay. He's doing good right now. We'll get onto that later on. But the fact of the matter is, that's our clubs right now. So you guys can go ahead and chirp us anytime you want because we love the chirp and we're here for it. You know what I'm saying? Scouser, Man United, and we keep it moving.
We clap back though.
Yeah, we just saying, y'all. Just saying.
We clap back.
Yeah, man. So, and then, you know what? I mean, let's talk about, I also want to talk about this, Mahit, because, I mean, obviously coming from England, he came up to here, to Toronto, and, it was pretty brilliant. One day I'm driving home from work or something, or it was a Sunday morning or something, I put on the radio, and whose voice I hear on the radio? You know what I'm saying? I said, say word, yo. I see the man on G98.7, you know what I'm saying? Chopping that footy up, man. And how did that happen? And how'd you like it? What was that radio experience like?
It was cool. So in overseas we have like call-in radio, talking radio. It's very much a thing. Like I still listen to matches sometimes via the radio. If I can't get in front of a TV screen, I'll just listen to it on the radio because there's something very
magical about the commentary.
Commentary and just having a dialogue about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when that radio station was doing their call-in radio show, and they was doing it for sports and stuff, I was calling a couple of times, and then just having conversations with them. And then they knew I knew what I was talking about, sort of thing. So they're like, yeah, you know what? Would you be interested in coming in and being on a regular on it? And I'm very, very, very grateful to the late great Mr.
Yes.
Mr. G.
Yes. Yep. Rest in peace.
Yeah, and then Jason Portwando as well brought me in, and I'm sitting with flipping icons, man. I'm sitting with flipping Roger Shaw, you mean? Engelbert, and it's like, them man, like, they were in their field, in cricket and in track. They very much like are heralded, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of sitting there like little rookie, like, okay, what you mean? Like I'm in my speakers, but at the same time, like, man, I do what I do. This is just me, you know what I mean? As far as from a fan's perspective, and even just when you're watching football on TV, I've always kind of been annoyed when I hear commentators just speaking very very cliche. I find it. You mean? I find it annoying. I find it frustrating when, like, even for example, you're watching a match, and this is happening a lot on like the channels up here, and they're choosing a man in the match, and the man in the match was always the goal scorer. Yeah. If you look at a football match, sometimes you mean like you'll have an amazing match that ends 0-0. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like TFC just had one the other day. You mean like you can have an amazing match that ends 0-0. So then, how you choose a man in the match then? If you can only choose man in the match by a goal.
No,
do you know
exactly.
What I mean?
And that's a very. You're so right about that. Anyone who knows football knows there's so much that goes into.
So much more going on. So much more going on.
Tracking back, going forward.
This is it. So, like I again, being on the radio station, I was able to kind of give that. I want to say like a broader perspective. Also, when I was coaching as well, I used to tell the lads that I was coaching, like, listen, I want you to take notes on the game. Do you know what I mean? And I want you to follow. So obviously you're playing in certain positions. I want you to follow your positional player. What is he doing off the ball? Because you have to see what's happening. You have to see that the runs, that sort of thing. So a lot of the times you have a lot of players, like everybody's going nuts for defensive midfielders now, going crazy over them. Like defensive midfielders is you know,
like. But meanwhile, back in the box-to-box, midfielder was doing that anyways.
Brother,
right?
Let's chat Makaleli.
Yeah.
Let's chat Makaleli. Who was better than him? Really and truthfully.
Yeah.
Who was better? Like, when Makaleli left Real Madrid, you realize they didn't win anything for a long time.
Yeah.
You understand? They didn't win anything for a long time because he was that linchpin. Mm-hmm. He was that man that grab the ball, give it to Zidane. Grab that ball, and just hand it off. Doesn't need the praise. He's just doing his job and going about his business.
Yep.
Just top done. Mm-hmm. You understand? So those kind of players and just players in their position, doing their positions very, very well, need to be recognized. And so when I started talking about that, it was actually, I remember when I was still on the radio, I think it was the Confederations Cup. So it's Italy, Uruguay, a couple of nations in there. And they're talking about who's been a player of the tournament, blah, blah, blah. And I remember I mentioned on the radio that I said Pirlo was like the player of the tournament because
I was just gonna
he was looking absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
This was a man. I think he was in his 30s. He was heavy in his 30s.
Past his prime at that point.
So I'm gonna say it's probably maybe 30, 33, 34. Probably like he was up there already. But the way he was playing was just he was rolling back the years. So a lot of people were kind of just I think Suarez was just running it right then. You mean
right?
They're looking towards the strikers, and we had a guest call in as well, and. Funnily enough, this guest, I won't say his name, but this guest was like, yes.
Call him out.
So now but this guest was like, he's a former player as well. He was like, yeah, but he's been on TV, so he kind of got into that, what do you call it? The flipping, the uniform, tick the box, say the right thing,
right.
blah, blah.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, this striker's been a player of the tournament, blah, blah, blah. So when I then mentioned Pirlo now, two didn't this guy go on TV? I'm like, Pirlo's been the player of the tournament. I'm like, yeah, bugger. Yeah. But you got to look bigger picture. So my love for football and my passion always kind of comes across. I'm a unapologetic Liverpool fan. I'm an unapologetic football fan. I do not use that S word. That's bad language in my eyes. I say football.
He's from England, so what do you expect? You know
listen,
what I'm saying? But
listen.
it really is football. But
Listen,
anyways.
even the people be like, oh, you're in Canada now, you got to say no.
No.
The club is called TFC, not TSC.
Yeah.
TFC, Toronto Football Club. So what are we really saying? What are we really doing? Honestly. So yeah, like it's.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just change the damn thing. But anyways,
okay, so the roots of it, the roots of the name. Let's go into that. The roots of that name is, football had to be called Football Association, right? And obviously you abbreviate down association to SOC SOC, and then that's where
the club, whatever.
That's where that comes from, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's football.
It's football. It is football.
And that's it. And what do I call the NFL? I call that American football.
Yeah,
Right?
simple.
Just for clarity's sake.
Yeah, man. Simple.
Yeah,
because again, but one thing I got from the traveling is just realizing again how the true scope of this thing, and then everywhere in the world besides Australia. And Australia and Canada,
and North America,
North America are calling this thing soccer.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yo, wait a minute, man. This is
why
it's
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
right?
don't make sense. When it's truly football, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways,
because Australia has their football, they have their Australian rules
right? They have their
football,
Aussie rules football.
They have their
They have
football.
the
And
Aussie rules
obviously,
football.
America has their American football. You mean?
Yeah.
Canada has their Canadian football as well. So, but no, bro, it's football. It's football. That will always be what I said. I remember when I was coaching as well. One of my first things I was saying to them, like to the parents, to the players, I will always call it football. You mean? So you mean like that to kind of, and that kind of speaks as well to the mindset within Canada as well, which it's been shifting, it's been changing, but it still needs to switch and change around because you gotta just respect the thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're like little brothers to America. If America calls it something, then and that's what I'm saying. So we have to grow. I agree with you. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We're getting ready to do this thing right now. It's Footy Scoops in the 6. And I gotta say, man,
that's right. Not S word scoops in the 6.
Yeah,
Footy Scoops in the 6.
In the 6. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to going on this journey with you because
it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be brilliant, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be amazing.
Let's go. We got infotainment right here. Footy Scoops in the 6. Yeah, man. You already know what it is, man. Yes. Zoom.
Yes.
My G.
So, yeah, man.